The essential field guide to Afghanistan is really about what is happening today in Afghanistan, but also before. Whether you're working in health, in environment, agriculture, in the military, it's to give you an understanding of other parts of Afghanistan, other sectors. Who are the Afghans? What is the international community doing in Afghanistan? Because in order to understand maybe what you're doing, you have to understand what the others are doing. So this is what we try and do, to give briefs, essays, info-briefs, contact details on who is doing what where, why they're doing it, and how this is having an impact or not on Afghanistan. The Essential Field Guide is aimed at a whole slew of people, soldiers, aid workers, journalists, diplomats, teachers, academics, students, anyone who's interested in Afghanistan, but not necessarily as an informed individual or specialist. It's aimed at everyone. So if you're involved with health, you may also want to know what's happening in the area of environment. For example, children are suffering from skin diseases or eye irritations because of too much dust. Why is there too much dust? It's because the trees have been cut down. There are dust bowls. There's a lot more dust flying around. This affects children living in rural communities and villages. So in order to really understand what you're doing in your specific area, it's important to understand what is happening elsewhere. If you're a soldier, for example, you should, whether you're an ordinary soldier or an officer, you should understand what is happening elsewhere in Afghanistan and other domains. You can't just go into a country and pretend that you understand by simply talking to people, because you don't know what they're thinking. And it really, the idea of the book is to give you a grasp of the overall situation, of different aspects of life, of different aspects of international assistance to Afghanistan, but also what the Afghans themselves are doing, what is important, what is not important. Initially, the field guide was produced only in English, but now we will be producing a Dari, a Persian, Afghan-Persian version, because quite a few Afghans, of course, have come up to us and said, you know, why haven't we got this book? So we felt very strongly that we needed to get the funding for it so that Afghans themselves, and after all, it is their country, could have and should have a version which they can use for their own work. And I'm not talking about Afghans who just speak English, but also mid-level Afghan civil servants, people working for NGOs, business people. Very often they are not aware what's available in their own country and the information as well. Quite a few Afghans have come up to us and said, where on earth did you get this information from? We don't know about this. And they should know about this. So this is what we're trying to do with the Dari or the Persian version. The purpose of the website and the electronic version, of course, is that you can take parts of it with you, but on a USB, travel with it. You may only want to take one particular section, which you may want to print out. It depends how you use it. You can put it on an iPad, and you can then use it in the field. Also, we will have updates on the website so that we can put the latest facts and figures, the latest reports with links. It'll operate also a bit like a magazine, with pieces put up by other, news organizations, the New York Times, the Guardian, Der Spiegel, whatever. The idea is that we have links to these so that you can actually use it as a gateway to Afghanistan, also put up interesting reports. So the idea is that you still have your field guide, and you can also order new versions, subscribe to it, order new versions, which will be made available to you online and in print.